You're listening to Hotep Ish with your host, Dewan B. Intelligent Ish Talk, intelligent shit talk, where we balance the profound with the profane. Political satire, celebrity and expert guests, information and entertainment, conversation and solutions. Leave your feelings at the door.
I had to share all this stuff. I had to share this. So y'all need to share it too. Shit, if I'm gonna be late to my own goddamn show, y'all could be a little late listening and hit the share button. Share it in your This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna go to your Instagram story and share it. And I know you're gonna do it because I can tell when I'm tagged in anything Instagram. So go to your Instagram story, put the link in, go to your Twitter, your Smacebook, and yes, I said Smacebook. Go to that. Yeah. But we about to get into it. Cause it's a whole lot of bull crap, bull jive. I almost cussed right there. Ooh, Lord, I almost cussed. It's a whole lot of nonsense going on around these days, you know? A lot of BS getting talked. So I want to come around and talk my shit. You know what I mean? That's what I want to do. And give my perspective on all this jive nonsense going on around these days in these hip hop streets. And in these, what do you call them? What shall I say? In these lion streets. Welcome, chat room. Welcome, everybody, for coming. Go to DewanB.com. Go to DewanB.com for all your goods and needs and all that good stuff. All your T-shirts and to visit the world of Dewan. Come share my love. Remember that song? Come share my joy. That was a shit back in the day. Go to the shop. You know, I took down, I fucked around and find out shirts. Now I got my live drum loops. And yes, I will be talking about Afro beats today, but I also have some live recorded Afro beats drum sample packs. I got some soul sample packs and some funkin' disco drum loop sample packs. So for you music producers out there, go to DeWanB.com. Cause yeah, I laid that funk down on these. These some funky ass sample packs. So if you wanna, whatever you do, keep live drums in your music. You can program drums, all that shit if you want to, but keep a live layer on top of it, man. Keep a live layer on top of your drums. And all my t-shirts and all that shit. All right, let me turn this music down now. Now, welcome. So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna start off with we're gonna get to Ebro and Fat Joe. We're gonna get to them. But let's start off with J. Cole and Burna Boy. Burna Boy sits down and says that he was recording in the studio with J. Cole. And after a long conversation, he's like, basically, I don't really be talking to nobody but my own people. But after a long conversation, J. Cole said that, yeah, I'm Tupac. And I was like, huh? I'm gonna play around with this thing, and hopefully I don't get no copyright strike. But this is fair use, y'all. I'm gonna play this fast. This is Burna Boy. This is the interview, and y'all can go on my Twitter. I'm gonna retweet it right now. As a matter of fact, y'all can go on my Twitter and find it. Everything else that I'm playing, you can get the full video is in my description bar right now. So I'll be playing some stuff at like fast speed, hoping I can avoid a copyright strike. And what I'll do is, and for the full video, for you guys to play it back, all that stuff is already, all the stuff I'm talking about, Fat Joe, all that stuff later on that I'm gonna talk about, it is in the description bar now. You dig? All right, so let's listen to this Burna Boy interview when he says J. Cole looked at me and said, "This nigga is Tupac." So let me see. Let me go to the part. There we go. Here we go. Let me see if y'all can hear this. Oh, y'all can't hear that. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see this.
Like have conversations with people that don't really live with me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't have them long conversations like that. So for me, it's like I found myself just going off and just
feeling comfortable. Right?
Yeah, just going off really. And then before we start, he just goes, "Bro, this nigga's Tupac." And then I look around to see who he's talking about.
Basically, in a nutshell, what he was saying was he was having a conversation with J. Cole, and J. Cole, when the conversation was over, looked at everyone else in the room, and said, "This nigga's Tupac." And I don't know how fully I believe that story. I'm gonna start off by saying that. But let's go with it. He said the story. Let's roll with it. It happened. It happened the way he said it. I want to talk about it from this point of view because y'all know me. I use the mundane to talk about a bigger picture. You know, I use the mundane, the regular, earthly shit that I try my best not to be bothered with. But the earthly nonsense bullshit, there's always some kind of lesson in it. You know what I mean? It's always some kind of lesson in it. Let me put the difference. There we go. It's always some kind of lesson in the mundane, you know? So, J. Cole, let's say he said that exactly the way Burna Boy said it. Okay, I could believe it. Here's why. B Murphy, that's a good one. He said it's like Jesse calling himself the gay Tupac. You right? I forgot all about that, bruh. I forgot all about that. Good point, man. And I'm gonna be getting some of your calls later on because we gonna go Q&A style on this. I'm not gonna just be preaching the whole time. You know, I remember when I used to do my sitting on the porch Q&As. I'm gonna go back to doing that later night. At some point. But it just I've been having these trippy Wi-Fi issues here in my house. This new apartment I'm in. It's like, fuck. So, but anyway, we're going to do a little bit of Q&A style. And so it's like, it's a lot of niggas that do shit like this. You know? It's a lot of niggas who, they're so quick to point somebody else next to the all-time epitome of greatness legends. And when it comes to Tupac is the epitome of greatness. He's in the pantheon. I don't like to rank people, but he's on that top tier pantheon of greatness. He's up there on that pantheon of Michael Jackson, Malcolm X, in the pantheon with Frederick Douglass, Elijah Muhammad. You know, he's in that pantheon at the top. Why do I say that? I don't say that because I'm a Tupac fan of his music. Y'all see, if y'all notice, I talk a lot about music and I very rarely, if never, ever, almost never talk about Tupac. Why? Because I wasn't a big fan of his music. I like some songs. Of course, I love to live and die in L.A. You know, I'm an L.A. nigga, so hey, that's one of my classics right there. I like I Get Around. I like more of his stuff he was doing with Digital Underground than I did with Death Row. I remember when the shit with Death Row popped off. I didn't like that era. I did not like that era of music. I didn't, because I saw how it was. I mean, I'm talking about live. Like some songs you couldn't deny. Certain songs that was put together, especially on that Machiavelli album and that All Eyes on Me album, you couldn't deny certain songs. And of course they were good songs. But I just remember all these corny ass regular niggas wanting to be gangsters now when Tupac came to Death Row Records. And for the life of me, I hated that shit. So because I saw what happened socially around that time, and I never liked the gangster image of us. I've never liked black. I never liked all that Suge Knight. I remember all them stories about Suge. I was being born and raised here in LA. You hear stories back in the 90s about Suge getting people beat up, and you would hear stories at school about somebody's big brother getting packed out by Tupac or one of his people. I lived through that. You know, now I'm talking like 95, 90, 96, right before Tupac, especially like 96. Before that time between Tupac getting out of jail and dying. Like, I remember having like friends at school who's like, it was like they big brother is the one that got stomped out by them Death Row niggas, you know? And it would be like, dude, you know, I didn't like that shit. So this isn't from me being a Tupac fan of his, I didn't like the energy that era of Death Row represented. I did not like that. So I'm not speaking from that point of view. I'm speaking from the point of view of Tupac's impact, his global impact, and the impact that he still has. Because that was one side of Tupac. Tupac was a true Gemini. On one hand, he was the gangster dude that like stomping niggas out and taking niggas' girls and, you know, unfair fights. On the other hand, that nigga shot a cop. Tupac, leaving a concert, stopped his car in Atlanta, saw these two white boys doing something wrong to a black person, whooped their asses and shot them. That's God status, if you ask me. Tupac was a true revolutionary. Tupac's mom and dad were in the Panthers. His aunt, Assata Shakur. I love them Tupac Digital Underground years. You know? I recognize Tupac's greatness, even though Tupac's sound was never really my style. Ice Cube, that's my nigga. That's who I out of that era, Ice Cube is who I rock with. Tupac for me was always, if we're talking 93 through 95, I'm listening to Outkast 20 times to 1 over Tupac. Maybe 40 to 1. I'm listening to Scarface more than Tupac during that time. That's why I don't get into all this rap regional shit. If it's music, music either hits you or it don't. I didn't even really appreciate DJ Quick during that time. I didn't start appreciating DJ Quick till later. Why? Because all that gangster shit. I didn't like all that gangster shit. I didn't start appreciating DJ Quick into rhythmalism. That's when I started appreciating DJ Quick more. So, but Tupac was a true Gemini, major impact on both ends. And I love him and I respect him, even though his music wasn't necessarily my thing, other than a few songs here and there. But with J. Cole, with Tupac, the reason why I put Tupac in the pantheon of Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, Duke Ellington, Marcus Garvey, Booker T. Washington, Dessalines, he's in a pantheon with, up there with Fats Waller and Martin Luther King and Dr. Francis Cress Welsing and Dr. John Henrik Clark. He's in that pantheon of greats. Smokey Robinson. Because Tupac's name, you can't go a day, you can't go half of a day without a video on YouTube about Tupac's murder being put out, or somebody's friendship with Tupac, or somebody knowing Tupac, or an interaction somebody had with Tupac, or a Tupac story about him whooping the Hughes brothers' asses. Every fucking day there's a Tupac story. Tupac's worldwide impact is everlasting. I don't give a fuck how you feel about his music, especially you weird ass East Coast niggas that be like, I don't like Tupac because you start crying and shit. You niggas are weird that be on that. You ain't gotta like somebody's music to understand they motherfucking significance and impact. You should be more mature than that, people. So what happens is you get niggas like J. Cole. And I'm saying this, I'm assuming this happened. I'm not saying it did. This is alleged. This is based off what Burna Boy said in that video. That's all this is based off of. All right? But what you do get oftentimes is black folks that are so quick to give up and to equate our titans with regular mundane ass artists and mundane ass people. Somebody sent me $3.79 on Cash App. Thank you, I guess. This $3.79, bro. I appreciate it. Every penny counts. This if I decide to cash out immediately and not wait 3 days, I'm gonna use your $3.79. I appreciate that, brother. That'll be you just paid the fee for my immediate cash out. All right, cool. Hit the Cash App $ DeJuan Brown, y'all. Donations, please. So there are always Negroes that are quick to give up. Like how you had, like, what's his name? Michael Eric Dyson, weird ass, talking about some Beyonce, and her proclivities and her whatever big fucking word I can use is on the same level. It may have even surpassed Michael Jackson. Beyonce's proclivities to the misandry of the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious ability to perform on the stage, rafters, is on the same level of Michael Jordan because fuck out of here, nigga. Niggas be the first ones that can't let our greats be great. You notice that? And then turn around and get mad when white folks do it. There's always some nigga out there that want to be like, let a white boy do the moonwalk. All of a sudden he danced better than Usher. Like them Black Eminem fans. He do one thing well, has cool rhyme patterns, I guess what you guys say. And that one thing he does well is enough to elevate him past all the legions of black people who do that same thing well. Plus other things great. So there's some nigga that be wanting to just equate our greatness to theirs. So this message is more so to you niggas than Burna Boy. Cause Burna Boy, we see how the way he move. He be saying all kind of weird ass shit. Burna Boy he's gonna flame out. He's gonna burn her out pretty soon. Burna Boy is gonna burn her out. He got about another year, 2 years maybe, of hits. Then he's gonna burn her out. And they may or may not decide to lift him and keep him elevated until they find his replacement. But Burna Boy he's not gonna be relevant in 5-10 years. He's not. Unless we're going to be talking about the songs he made last year. He's going to be on the old folk circuit. Like, man, Burna Boy had that hot run, didn't he? Hell yeah. Remember that year that, yeah. Burna Boy, he got hot. He got real hot that year when Biden was, when that year that Biden was freezing on camera and all that. Yeah, that year, yeah, he was hot. And then somebody new's going to come along that's going to have 1 or 2 good hit records. And it's going to be some nigga out there talking about something. Man, those 2 hit records, man, that motherfucker more profound than Curtis Mayfield. Oh, that's the new Kanye. Like, it's going to be one person that got what's going to be like one Caribbean dude that got a cool beat. And then it's going to be 10 niggas talking about something. Man, that's the next Kanye. Fuck out of here. It's always you niggas. And then we go down to Ebro. Styles P came out and basically said that Trump, he don't fuck with either Trump nor Biden. But basically Trump wasn't as bad as people said he was. And he wasn't. So here come Ebro, black when it's convenient ass, using the words of the grassroots, and called Styles P anti-black. You know Ebro's people told him to use those terms because we on the grassroots have been using the terms anti-black a lot since 2014, 2015. Grassroots has been using the term anti-black for a long time now. So now these mainstream heifers is jumping in here trying to use it. All right, Darius Davis, I appreciate the Cash App donation, my brother. So now the half-breeds are now coming in talking about anti-black. How the hell you gonna call him anti-black when he said something just because you don't know? So now this what you about to see now. You're about to see them folks start using the term anti-black to anyone who doesn't support the Democratic agenda. I'm calling it right now. That's the pivot. When I saw Ebro use the terms anti-black, okay, now we're about to see that word anti-black they're going to attempt to co-opt it. But here's the thing. We can't back off of it. We have to stand 10 toes down on anti-black because we've been using it the longest. And we got to call people like Ebro out like, no, what the fuck? No, nigga, what? Who the hell are you to call it somebody? Nigga, what? Because we ain't supporting no Democrat? No, you anti-black, Ebro. This dude Ebro is becoming more and more of a problem. This dude is becoming more and more of a problem. Confused Negroes. And then we get to Fat Joe. Then we get to Fat Joe. Fat Joe, Fat Joe, Fat Joe. You know I'm not gonna give Fat Joe a break, especially when he acting like a hoe. I'm not gonna do it. He's been getting exposed for lying a lot lately. Weird ass. One of the lies he got exposed for, I was listening to a Reggie Wright interview this morning, and he was talking about Fat Joe lying about drawing a blank. Suge Knight. Basically, not, and I have the link to this interview in the description box if you want to see the full interview. But Fat Joe basically said that Suge Knight was shaking people down at a party, at a death row party, basically. And Suge Knight was making people he was basically robbing people of their jewelry as they walked in to the club. And Reggie Wright was like, first off, like, Suge is worth $300 million. Why would he just like rob people openly like that? First off, knowing that he's been under investigation by the feds. The feds are all up in his ass. Second, what the fuck is he gonna do with all these people's jewelry and he's worth $300 million, Fat Joe? So in that Reggie Wright interview, Reggie basically was calling him out and he was saying that he likes Fat Joe. I don't, but Reggie Wright was saying he fucks with Fat Joe. But Fat Joe made that whole thing up, and I believe Reggie. I believe Reggie. For some reason, I've been listening to a lot of them Reggie Wright interviews lately. That nigga funny as hell. Let me see. I didn't put that one in the story. I did not put that in the description box. So what I'm gonna do is that one there.
Back in the
that's
day,
off Bomb First TV. I'm gonna put that interview up. Let me put it. I did not put that in the description. I'm gonna copy it. I just put it in the I just put it in the chat. This interview. I'm not gonna play it because I didn't bookmark where that part came in. Well, maybe if I do closed captioning, I can fast forward to where that part is. Let me see here. Let me see. Let's see here.
Nigerian.
Okay, here it is. Okay, I'm a risk it. I'm just gonna speed the shit up. Playback speed 1.5. I'm just gonna play it back fast. Listen to Reggie Wright talk about this lie that Fat Joe said.
Well, niggas play good cop, bad cop. She'll go press one dude, Big U will go and be the savior. Big U will press one dude, she'll go be the savior. That's why those niggas are tight. They still partners, I believe. But my point is, that don't make sense, y'all. Where niggas just coming out the door, she'll standing there with a tub or whatever, and people just dropping their jewelry in the tub. I mean, I hate the story. It might happen to one person or something like that. But a line, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. But which one y'all want to believe? So y'all believe stories like that, but then y'all believe stories where she'll always getting punked by.
So yeah, that's Reggie Wright. I put the interview in the description.
Listen, we was all out there. But I have to preference shit, right? Because that don't make sense, y'all. Niggas are bitches, yeah. as we heard from Jamie Foxx when he said how Snoop and them ran out the back door when he came. And, niggas used to exit because they didn't want to be around that bullshit, They didn't want to be getting extorted. Big U and Suge were out there in the mid-2000s. When I'm talking about 2005, 2006.
I don't want to get back to that part. Sorry, I'm not playing more. But basically, that was Reggie White basically saying, that's all cap. Like, Fat Joe, what do you do? Like, this motherfucker's always lying. So that the reason why that draw my attention is because it was a lie that was dropped about a couple months ago, where Fat Joe said that he did an album together with Biggie. And over on MREC TV, they interviewed Cuban Link, and even he said that's BS. Listen to this.
No. As far as it getting it done, and he did already in studios, no way. That's a lie. Maybe they didn't want to even talk to him. So I know it's Big that said, Joe was okay. So he did have a relationship with Big.
Not
so I don't really know that.
But think about this, right? I was speaking to somebody, I forgot who I was building with.
Well, this is MREC TV interviewing Cuban Link, and he's about to ask about Biggie recording an album with Fat Joe, and this is Cuban Link's response.
Puff having some Biggie vocals around that he never used. That shit would have came out already. Like, even if he didn't use Joe part, and he had to edit.
Fair use.
No. As far as it getting it done, and he did already in studios, no way. That's a lie. Maybe they talked about it. I want to take the fact that maybe they fucking just chill.
That was Cuban Link saying, as far as Fat Joe doing an album with Biggie, no way. Cuban Link was Fat Joe's boy back in the day. They did everything together. And you think if Fat Joe did an album with Cuban Link, he would not have told him? And then that takes me to this part right here. So if you look up, and this is also in the description, Fat Joe is basically threw a hissy fit on Instagram about Diddy not co-signing the Biggie album story. This is part of Fat Joe's hissy fit.
Man, roll the clip.
Listen, somebody just said it. I really can't pay attention to these clowns, coward suckers on Instagram with their comments, but yo, Diddy ain't co-sign. Bro, when Fat Joe says stories, it's never cap. A grown man can't catch me lying. When I come up in here and tell you stuff, you want me to lie to you? I was around a long time. I saved a lot of your rappers, your favorite so-called tough guy rappers.
So this is Fat Joe's response to Diddy saying, cap, he didn't do shit with Biggie. Instead of Fat Joe going in and saying, I did this song with Biggie, I did that song with Biggie, we recorded it at this studio, this person was the engineer, we used that person's beat. If Fat Joe really did 8 songs with Biggie, he should name the engineer, the producer, the motherfucking techs in the studio hands. If not the name of the song, the at least be able to, a hook, nigga. This motherfucker said that he did this. How much of a lying piece of crap this dude Fat Joe is. Now we're dealing with integrity issues. He want to lie and say hip-hop was created 50-50 with Latinos. But this is the guy that's going around saying hip-hop was created 50-50 with Latinos. That's this dude. The dude that's lying about Suge Knight having a line of people robbing him. And the dude that's lying about doing an album with Biggie. And so when it comes to, when Diddy said that's all cap, this is how he responds.
From every beef they ever had. I'm not lying to you guys. I don't cap. I'm 1,000%. But you know what happens is every time I say something, somebody will come along the line somewhere else
and tell the truth
and say, yo, Fat Joe saved us from Wu-Tang.
See, look. You see how when you listen to it, he's going through all these other scenarios, talking about Wu-Tang now, talking about all kind of other shit that ain't got a goddamn thing to do with what we talking about. Ooh, I just got a survey. I'm about to give these niggas a thumbs. I'm about to put a 1 out of 5 on this motherfucking survey. Sorry about that, y'all. I took my car in for service and they didn't refill my windshield wiper fluid. I told them refill the windshield wiper fluid, and they didn't. I was out last night, birds shit on my car. I tried to hit the windshield wipers, and I just got shit all on my windows, like just shit with no goddamn wiper fluid. And now they're gonna send me a survey. Yeah, nigga, y'all about to get a bad review. Sorry about that, y'all. Anyway, that's the character of Fat Joe. And salute to everybody listening on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, wherever you are. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe, all that shit. But this is Fat Joe. Can't tell the truth about shit. Free shipping on all my merchandise in my merch store for all orders over $75. If you order, that's 2 t-shirts, y'all. You get 2 t-shirts, you get free shipping. Book your readings, 15% off your first readings. Oh, also, I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you, if I did not tell you that I am on Mondays only. Mondays only. Y'all can go ahead and book now for Mondays only. I have $50 readings, mini readings. $50. Mini cardiology readings. Mondays only, though. These are Mondays only. You got a quick question? Hit me up. If you don't want a full reading or you already had a full reading, you got a quick question? Mondays only, though. Mondays only. But you can book it anytime. But I'm only doing these hoes on Monday. All right? And I got my Cardiology Learn to Read cards. Class number 2 is going to be, so if you haven't signed up for the class yet, you're not far behind. We're going to have the next class September 10th. And we're going to have 10, we're going to close the year out. We're going to do classes all throughout the rest of the year. And I'm teaching you niggas how to read playing cards. Go to my website, breakthroughcards.com. All the information. And hit book now. On the book now button, you'll see all the information on the card class, all right? So back to this shit. And these sorry sons of bitches. Back to these sorry sons of bitches. So, this is what we have going on in our community, black folks. We got people like Fat Joe coming around here. We allowed you in as a guest. Now you want to sit around and lie all goddamn day. We got Ebro using grassroots talking points, talking about just because somebody has an opinion that's different than the Democrats, they're anti-black. You got J. Cole running around allegedly talking about Burna Boy as Tupac. And I don't give a fuck if look, I wasn't in on that conversation, Burna Boy. I don't give a damn if Burna Boy was talking about revolution and taking all of his money and building up Louisiana or whatever. Tupac was about that action. That's one thing you say about him. That motherfucker beat up a cop, 2 cops, and saved a black man. Tupac was about action. Tupac put Carl Kanai on. Carl Kanai told the story I once heard in an interview where Carl Kanai said that he asked Tupac to model some of his clothes, and Tupac was like, yeah, I'll do it because you black, nigga, come on. These corny ass niggas. What y'all think about what's going on? 323-744-7425. Yeah, Jess Smith, I'm with you. I've never heard a Burna Boy song. I heard like part of that song he did, taking a Tony Braxton hook. But I've heard parts. I've never heard a full Burna Boy song because I can't get past 20, 30 seconds. The sound, it smells like, The sound smells like spoiled oxtails. Like, you know, if imagine like a rack of oxtails sitting in the sun for 7 days. That's how the music smells. I can't get with it. Established 94 said, I don't believe Cole said nothing that stupid. Look, I don't all the way believe that story either. I'm just saying I'm taking it at face value, okay? And I'm using it as a lesson. Just more so to talk about how a lot of us can be. And we know a lot, and we know how we can be, fellas. Not the fellas in here, but how a lot of black men can be. A lot of black men be the first dudes to run around, you know, big up in other people and want to equate people with our legends. That's a cultural thing with black society is we don't really give our legends sacred status. It's like our legends are always up for debate, up for challenge, and that it shouldn't be that way. When people do things and earn the right to be legends, I ain't talking about media sensations. The media didn't push Tupac. The people pushed Tupac to the media. I don't like that. When people earn that right, Tupac earned that right for legendary status. You don't give that up because somebody says something you like. Leave Tupac alone. Leave Michael Jackson alone. Leave Prince alone. The same way we leave John Coltrane alone. The same way we leave. One thing I say about jazz guys. The jazz listener ain't looking for nobody to replace John Coltrane. John Coltrane's always going to be John Coltrane no matter who comes along after. Miles Davis is always going to be Miles Davis. Just like Louis Armstrong's always going to be Louis Armstrong. Dizzy's always going to be Dizzy. Thelonious is always going to be Thelonious. Herbie. The jazz listener allows all of the greats to be who they are. Now, they may compare and contrast. You know, I like Count Basie more than I like Duke Ellington. But I'm never going to go around and make the two fight and say that, oh man, I recognize that Duke Ellington is the universal god of music. Even Basie said that. Even Count Basie said that, yeah, nah, I gotta give it up to Duke's band more so than mine. But me personally, I'm always gonna go with Count. I'm gonna listen to Count. I always listen to Count much more than listen to Duke. We can have our favorites, but when it get same thing with funk in the R&B world. You know, everyone loves Whitney, but that's not to take away from Shaka Khan or Aretha or Gladys. Your love for Luther don't take away from Marvin and Donny Hathaway. Your love for Funkadelic don't take away from Earth and Fire and Confunction. Stop the madness, people. Niggas always want to lower somebody to uplift theirs. No, and that's nothing that whole Kenny G, King of Jazz, that's a cliche that started in the late 90s. In the late 90s, early 2000s, it wasn't that much black representation, so people started saying that Kenny G's the king of jazz. But that was something that people were saying that were just kind of saying sarcastically in the late 90s, early 2000s. But even that cliche is burnt out. Anytime I hear somebody say Kenny G the king of jazz, I'm like, yo, you just somebody that don't listen to jazz. Because I ain't heard that. Wow. I can't tell you the last time. Hell, since then, Kenny G got taken out by Boney James and Dave Caugh. Them white, if you gonna use a white boy, update the cliches, folks. Talk about use Dave Caugh or motherfucking Brian Culberson. They all since Boney James, they done all since passed up, and they all passed up Kenny G 20 years ago. Now the new white folks is Dom and Beck. Those Dom and Beck are the white folks that they're trying to push to the front of jazz right now. This trans and gay duo, this trans duo, Dom and Beck. Those are the white boys they're trying to push to the front now. But like, no, all that Kenny G, King of Jazz, that's just a cliche that niggas that don't listen to jazz say. Niggas, start listening to jazz again. And you won't hear that cliche said anymore. Because everybody knows the king of jazz right now is Kamasi Washington. Black man. The kings of jazz come out of that crew. They black. Shit. Christian Scott and Tunde. These are Robert Glasper. These are the motherfuckers running jazz these days, all right? So let's stop with the cliches, black folks. And the number one way we're going to stop with the cliches is just get into the music. Get into the music. We still creating so much good-ass music that is not labeled hip-hop. Yeah. You're right, Quan. The jazz community's like, nah, no, ain't nobody called Kenny G. So call in. I'm gonna keep the line open. Somebody call. I didn't answer. Call in if you wanted to call in. Q&A style. Any questions talking about this or anything else. Or if you niggas don't call in, I'm gonna goddamn close this phone line down. Shut this show down. Oh, I have been getting a lot of questions, so I'm gonna go ahead and answer it here on my show. A lot of y'all after leave comments saying, why am I not on Craig Facts? Am I going back to Craig Facts? Yada, 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 yada. And that's a good question to ask, because, you know, a lot of y'all found me on Craig Facts, but the answer is probably not. I'm just hella busy these days, you know what I mean? And as you see, there's a lot of changes over there, and good changes going on over there. But I don't fuck with the caffeine app, and the caffeine app don't fuck with me. And I deleted that motherfucker, so the answer is probably no. But don't be one of them dudes. Don't be none of them weirdos starting no shit. Talking about some, man, it must be some beef going on. No, nigga. I don't fuck with the caffeine app. Hell, I wouldn't even know if Craig's on caffeine or not. I deleted that app. I deleted caffeine back in, April? So I can't even tell you what's going on over there. Yeah, Vincent Williams, I did answer that. But I still get a lot of people asking me. Yeah, everything changes. Shit, don't nothing say the same. Y'all see me, I get to do my show right here from my office. Now I'm not grilling today. I grilled the other day. I'm not. I'm going to a concert later on. I'm gonna be at the Hollywood Bowl again later. Y'all know me. And I was gonna grill tomorrow, but my man actually Sidney Castillo, he gonna be throwing a barbecue. I'm gonna roll by his house tomorrow. He said, Vladimir Banks said, shout out to caffeine, keeping niggas productive. Y'all still had a caffeine app? I deleted that hoe. I deleted that thing. They said they ain't had nothing to do with Craig. Yeah. Great Black Shark said, yeah, everything you're right, bro. Everything has a season. Kelly Smith asked, whatever happened to Brandon? Y'all been asking what happened to Brandon for 2 years now. If y'all ain't got the answer yet, you're not gonna get it. I think that old situation with Brandon had nothing to do with me. So Brandon gone. He been gone. I think Craig explained it before on the show. Dewan speaks for Dewan. Nia said, no, you don't have that. Ben Frank said, fuck caffeine. Jasmine said, nah. Yeah, nah. It was funny too because I was at a party recently. Now, I ain't gonna go there. I could go there, but I'm not. Salute to the caffeine app. But don't be no messy ass niggas. Don't be that. Oh, caffeine blocked you from, he said, for paying the dozens in the chat. Well, Black McBain, you do be talking a whole lot of shit. Yeah, man. Leave that alone. And don't be listening don't be listening to none of these people when it comes to that stuff. None of that stuff. You know what I mean? Just shit happens. You said Drake owns half the caffeine? Oh, I heard about that. Well, we over here on YouTube. Obeying all the guidelines, YouTube. We're obeying the guidelines, YouTube. I'm taking the phone number down. I have come on. My phone called. The ringer isn't ringing. The ringer's not ringing. I'm getting people to call through, but it's not ringing. Hey, do any of y'all know about phone services where I can put people on hold and shit like that? Right now, I'm still using Skype, and Skype works today, not tomorrow on this thing. Closing that shit. Let me see. Great Black Shark asks, did I ever roast someone so bad in high school, college that they ran when they saw you? I won't say ran, but I did have people. I did have people that I found out later on. Once we became adults, they told me that when I would at school in high school when I would come around, they would walk. They would think about walking the other direction because they knew I was gonna say any. Niggas in high school knew I could say any goddamn thing. I used to have a Blog Talk account, but I'd have to StreamYard. Okay. StreamYard. But I got there we go. Someone just okay. Make sure that you let's see here. This nigga said get one of them Charlie's Angels phones. Yeah, I might have to look into either Blog Talk or you say you like StreamYard. So does StreamYard give you a dedicated number or something like that? Cause Skype ain't it. I'm done with Skype. Because this is it. I have 4 missed calls. And this shit didn't ring once. Let me see here. Yeah, maybe StreamYard. Let me see here. Or maybe. Let me see here. I need something. Okay. I don't know about StreamYard. Maybe Blog Talk. I need something with a switchboard. I used to have Blog Talk Radio back in the day on the sports and things. So I still have a Blog Talk account. Maybe okay. Get a phone number under Blog Talk. I do remember Blog Talk did have like a switchboard. Okay. We'll see. We'll see. You said Boo Capone put you on? Shouts out to Boo. I fucks with Boo Capone. That's my nigga right there. That's my nigga right there. I'm probably gonna see Boo Capone tomorrow at the Improv. Talking shit. Appreciate the super chat, Sean Mims. Appreciate the Cash App. Jason Smith. Appreciate the Cash App. Yes, sir. Thanks for the donation. But I'm gonna end up by saying I got shit to do today. I got things to do. But Burna Boy, you're not Tupac. Don't ever tell that story again. J. Cole, if you told Burna Boy that, chill, nigga, chill. Ebro, you're not in a position to use the term anti-black. And black folks, we have to make sure that we watch this. Ebro just showed the hand to the Democrats. He just tipped his hand. We just saw the Democrat their term. Anti-black is going to be the term that they try to use. So be aware. Know that Fat Joe's a liar, according to Reggie Wright and according to Diddy and according to the people who were there. Fat Joe's a liar. So that extends to all this blacks and Latinos created hip hop 50-50. Just know that when you hear Fat Joe talking, you listen to a proven lying motherfucker according to other people who was there, not according to me. According to those who were there. All right? Go to DeWanB.com right now. And remember, look, y'all, I'm telling y'all, like, get your mini readings. Get your mini reading. Mondays only. Only, people. 4 readings every day of the week. 4 readings 7 days a week. Or don't quite require a full in-depth reading at. If you've never gotten a reading before, I recommend you start off with an hour reading. Because you need to really understand what this thing is when I do it. You need to understand what this thing is. So yeah, you get that. I got a rewards point system. Every 100 points, you get a free 30-minute reading. I also got my classes. Introduction to reading yourself with playing cards. Also the masterclass course. Sign up for either one. All right. Happy birthday, Reggie. Happy birthday to the listeners. But, all right. So I'm out. Y'all have a good one.